Floristry is the production, commerce, and trade in flowers. It encompasses flower care and handling, floral design, or flower arranging, merchandising, and display and flower delivery. Wholesale florists sell bulk flowers and related supplies to professionals in the trade. Retail florists offer fresh flowers and related products and services to consumers. Floristry can involve the cultivation of flowers as well as their arrangement, and to the business of selling them. Much of the raw material supplied for the floristry trade comes from the cut flowers industry. Florist shops, along with online stores, are the main flower-only outlets, but supermarkets, garden supply stores, and filling stations also sell flowers. Floral design or floral arts is the art of creating flower arrangements in vases, bowls, baskets, or other containers, or making bouquets and compositions from cut flowers, foliages, herbs, ornamental grasses, and other plant materials. Often the terms floral design and floristry are considered synonymous. Florists are people who work with flowers and plants, generally at the retail level. Floristry differs from floristics, the study of distribution and relationships of plant species over geographic areas. Floristry also differs from horticulture, which more broadly relates to the cultivation of flowers and plants so they will remain fresh as long as possible, and would be desirable for purchase, which also involves knowledge of customers' requirements and expectations. The ability to create a variety of floral designs such as wreaths, bouquets, corsages, boutonnieres, buttonholes, permanent arrangements, and other more complicated arrangements is also important. Education, both formal and informal, is another significant segment of the floristry industry. Established floristry designers and artists impart their craft to students interested in floral design as hobby or career. Courses are generally available through community colleges, private post-secondary vocational schools, and professional florist trade associations. The floristry business has a significant market in the corporate and social event world, as flowers play a large part in the decor of special events and meetings. Centerpieces, entryways, reception tables, bridal bouquets, wedding chapars, and stage sets are only a few examples of how flowers are used in the business and social event settings. Flowers are also traditionally used in ecclesiastical settings, and their arrangement is often done by skilled church volunteers. Styles of floristry. Many nations have their own style of floral arranging. This is dependent on what flower varieties are readily available, and the culture of the nation. Ikebana. Ikebana is a style of floral design that originated in Japan. Best known for its simplicity of line and form, Ikebana is a design style primarily practiced for personal enjoyment. It has three parts of alignment: heaven, man, and earth. English garden. English garden style is traditionally an English form of floral design. Stems are placed in a radial fashion and feature abundant use of seasonal flowers and foliages. These designs are often done as low, tufted mounds, or taller vase arrangements that are all-sided, and incorporate garden flowers like roses, gardenia, camellia, delphinium, and peonies. The flowers are usually arranged with minimal space between the blooms, and foliage is used to accent the flowers, as these are the main feature. Modern European style. Modern European style floristry involves contemporary, linear designs that highlight unique forms of both individual floral materials and of the designs themselves. Their arrangements generally feature negative space and incorporate asymmetric placement of materials. The styles stands in direct contrast to traditional radial arrangements such as English garden. Modern designs are identified by the play on the space used between each bloom, which is often dramatic, and a play on the use of color and different textures, which can be quite experimental. Modern, European-style designs often incorporate unique, exotic or tropical flowers such as bird of paradise, orchids, anthurium and protea, but may also employ more common blossoms, such as roses, gerbera and lilies. Significance of particular flowers. Typically, a florist will organize flowers by season and holiday. Flowers have various different meanings in different cultures. The holidays and events for which flowers are used vary. Poppies are used to remember fallen soldiers only in Great Britain and the Commonwealth countries. People often prefer flowers that are associated with their ethnic group or country, and the cultural meaning of the flower color strongly affects the choice and use. Colors convey different meanings to different groups so that, for example, various colors may be associated with luck or death or love. A flower such as a red rose might communicate love in some cultures, whereas in others, it might be considered indecent or simply puzzling. The vastly divergent attitudes to the color white can also lead to miscommunication and sometimes give offense. White, for example, represents death in many Asian cultures, whereas white is usually a symbol of purity and innocence in countries with a European heritage. Floristry shops. Generally, a florist shop will contain a large array of flowers, sometimes displayed on the street, or will have a large plate glass window to display the flowers. To keep them fresh, the flowers will be refrigerated and kept in water, generally in glass or plastic vases or other containers. Most shops have a refrigerator, chiller cabinet, cooler near the front of the shop store with large glass doors so that customers can easily view the contents. Some shops also have another cooler out of the customer's view where they keep extra stock and arrangements for customers' orders. Most stores have a separate workroom in which the design florist to designers can work on orders with more privacy. The flowers sold in florist shops typically represent the varieties abundantly available in the season but also include blossoms flown in from around the world. Basic varieties in temperate latitudes include roses, tulips, irises, orchids and lilies. Fashion sometimes plays a role in floristry. What is considered the flower that everyone needs to have today can change very quickly. Some shops also stock gift baskets, fruits, and chocolates as well as flowers, whereas some shops will purchase these things only when needed for an order. Floral business is seasonal and is heavily influenced by the following holidays and events: Christmas, Valentine's Day, Administrative Professionals Day, Mother's Day, All Souls Day, Advent, Easter, weddings and funerals. These occasions make up the largest part of the business, with the sale of houseplants and home decor being a smaller but more constant part. Flowers for personal enjoyment as well as those selected to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, thank yous and get well wishes are also a significant portion of a florist's business. Supermarket flowers. Cut flowers are widely sold in supermarkets and petrol stations. These outlets offer a limited selection, usually in the form of mixed bouquets and roses by the dozen. Flowers purchased at these outlets are generally less expensive than the flowers purchased at a florist shop. Professional florists may offer a greater selection, higher flower quality, or more skillfully arranged flowers. Technology. In the United States, the number of florists has dropped since a peak of over 27,000 in 1992 to less than 20,000 in 2007. The World Wide Web has contributed to this decline by making alternatives more accessible. Floral wire services play an intermediary by gathering orders to be fulfilled by local florists. Floral wire services take a percentage of customers' order value for orders provided through the websites and additional fees for the transmission of orders to local florists. Few companies ship flowers direct to the consumer. Pro Flowers, Interflora, Teleflora, FTD typically function as order gatherers and will work with local florists to have the order delivered. However, younger companies such as the Boaks are building relationships and exclusive deals with flower farms to enable consumers to receive flowers directly from the farm.